culture, whether you're getting hate or especially when it's politically charged, you're going to get hate from the
A
left.
faggot
That comes
you
with the territory.
are.
And South Park isn't going to take the time to not only put you on the show,
You know
but
this dog.
make Cartman the guy that's playing you in the show. Make
A
Cartman
faggot
one of the
you
most important
are.
characters. Right. Generally, Cartman's looked at as the guy with the bad opinions, but even still, he's probably the funniest guy on South Park because he's the guy with the bad opinions.
How's your fucking gay
So
ass
yeah, it's whether
fucking
you consider the sign
sausage
of respect or not,
and
it
fucking
just
tomatoes
shows that
or
Charlie
potatoes or
actually
whatever?
really
Nice,
hit a chord with pop culture.
Yeah. Charlie is in
Faggot.
fact older
Says
than
he'll
South
eat
Park.
a fucking can of
He's 31.
peeled
Oh
tomatoes.
yeah. What? I thought he
Some
was in his
fucking
late 20s.
peasant.
It's a great point, because in politics, I'm a messaging guy, right? A media guy. In politics, to be ignored is death.
You know what
right?
I'm eating,
so
dog?
being attacked can be very powerful, and it's smart of Charlie, by the way, to embrace it, to say, heck yes,
retarded
yeah, I'm
bullshit.
Charlie. I'll make it my profile pic. Run toward it and,
Yeah, dude.
and revel in it.
That's why I say this is cultural victory.
Yeah.
The fact that for the longest time they were heavily
Just
criticizing
plain white rice for me, dog.
independent media or just treating it as irrelevant. They were trying to just act like it was all corporate press.
Proud of
Now they're
yourself?
starting to recognize the real threat
Making
to their
fun of me?
system is Charlie Kirk. It's independent media. And so the guys here are telling me that we're going to be made fun of by them at some point. I'm like,
Send you
I don't think so.
motivation,
I don't
this is
know
what
that we're
you
that
fucking
relevant.
Fingers crossed.
do to me, dude.
Fingers crossed.
Goals.
Fucking make fun of me.
But I did always wonder about that.
You think that's
because,
funny, dude?
Watching Family Guy or South Park or these other shows,
It's fun.
they
I don't know if
don't
it's
really
funny.
talk about Rogan, right? Clearly one of the most influential
Think
guys,
that
if not one of the
shit's
most
funny.
influential in politics, whether that's intention or not. They don't make it the butt of their jokes. They still talk about late night TV. It's funny when you watch these shows and they'll make fun of Colbert or Kimmel, and it's like those guys get a couple 100,000 hits. So I'm wondering. We'll see, I guess.
Dog, we're so poor, we're eating the fucking banana peels,
that
dude.
we are being trolled. Matt Stone and Trey
Nice.
Parker have a reputation for like making episodes like a week out or 6 days out from being able to air. And they also said at Comic-Con
killed
that like the last
a
promo
part
that
of
they
myself
made
today,
was just
dog.
a bunch of random fake cutscenes that
They
they
already do.
spliced together because they didn't have enough time to create the actual episode. So like
Fucking
in the
gay-ass
past,
Mike
they've always
sucks,
waited
dude.
for like the deadlines to do this,
Nice.
and it did look just like a random bunch of BS cutscenes.
Go
thrown
watch my
together.
stream
At
and
the
you'll
same
hear
time,
it,
I don't know
but
who's
okay.
riding whose
Guy's a
coattails because
fucking
they definitely
douche.
knew that this would go viral.
Guy's a
on political
faggot,
rights. So
dude.
Yeah, you better
yeah,
play
but-
something else,
Start
please.
to add that in there in case we
That
don't
is
troll.
So here's what I wanna mention.
Fucking
Did you
gay
guys know
faggot.
there's never been a single episode of South Park targeting Joe Biden or Kamala Harris?
Yeah, you better play something else besides
Joe
League.
Biden was
Fucking
vice
piece of
president
shit.
for 8 years.
Done
He was
watching you
president
tank
for
your
4.
fucking team. Right?
And
Nice.
South Park did not ever mock
piece of
Biden
shit.
or Harris.
Literally get 20 kills
And
a game and they
according
can't
to
even fucking help me
social
win.
media reports, I asked ChatGPT. It says the creators opted not to target Harris in the 2024 cycle.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Funny, how about that?
Well, and in both cases, I mean, so much to make fun of, right? I mean, so much material there. I mean, in terms of Biden, he's stumbling around, right? The clear cognitive issues, and it's not like, oh, they were trying to be, they thought that was mean, right? They have no problem being mean. And with Kamala, her word salads, right? All the rumors about her drinking. I mean, there's so many things that he could do, that they could do, right? To dive in and be really funny in castigating these two, and the fact that they chose not to is pretty telling, right?
Like to a detriment. And, like, what's worse as a politician, to be hated or unknown? And
Right,
it's
well,
to be unknown, as you
yeah,
mentioned
Indeed.
earlier.
That's why I'm saying it's funny because
Fucking
everybody's
happy
favorite
now,
Sam
you
Cedar
piece of
and all
shit?
these liberals are like Tim Pool having a meltdown over.
Doesn't
South Park. I
matter
was
now,
I-
it's
I
like you're
actually
calling
praised
me
them. I said
now.
they were funny. I just said that the jokes were
Fucking
the
piece
jokes
of
they chose
crap.
to go with were like C- jokes.
Yeah.
They did this episode about. I'll give them this. I'll give because South Park does an episode mocking Trump, and what's the joke? He's gay, and he's with Satan, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure every conservative is going to agree with that message about being gay is being devil worship or satanic, and to be
Somebody
mocked.
win the
Like the
lottery,
idea that the
dog.
way they make fun of Trump is to make him gay.
Right.
It's like, yeah, okay, being gay is something to make fun of, I guess. South Park, if that's like, they attack the trans people, now they're making fun of Trump, saying, haha, look, he's gay, and it's like, okay, all right, like, this is what, think about this for a second. Our culture, the culture war has shifted so dramatically that if it is true that Paramount is trying to be anti-Trump in a
Look,
non-edgy
he's
way.
gonna build a fucking piece of shit he's not even gonna complete,
the
dude.
Sydney Sweeney, it's hilarious.
It's
They're
already
basically like,
completed,
let's
you
just get, like,
fucking
a white
retard
blonde chick
faggot.
with big boobs, and we're gonna sell a bunch of
Yeah, you're a
merch,
gay
a bunch of
faggot.
clothes.
It's all
It
done,
sounds
have
like
every
Paramount
piece
was
of
like, okay,
you fucking piece of
all
faggot.
other
Yeah, it's all
anti-racist, none of them are
separated, it's
really
not
doing
built.
You've got
Oh,
offensive
oh, the
edgy.
plane
So
in
they
real life, they
decided
put it
it's great
together,
to
it did it for
make
pieces,
fun
it's
of
not
people for being
together.
gay,
Fucking
to
dumb
make
cunt.
fun of
Nice.
trans people. That's why I'm saying
Were you
it
gonna
feels
buy the
like
pieces to
they
build it
may
in real
not-
life,
they
you
have not
fucking
won
piece
the
of shit, or
culture
you're just
war,
gonna
but
waste my
certainly winning.
my fucking time?
I'd like
Their
to, but
attitude
fucking
is, we have
faggots
to
keep
make fun of
winning in
Trump.
Thorn
How do we
Hill,
do it?
so not much I
Well,
can
we
do about
can't call
that.
them racist or white supremacists because they don't respond to that. Make fun of them for being
Bunch
gay.
of rich
People don't like
cunts that are already
Wait.
rich.
All right. Okay.
Nature is.
Let me check.
I mean, particularly the Sydney Sweeney ad, right? I mean,
No,
it's
I
just
think
like
the
nature is
60
okay,
million,
go
the
back
last
and we
one
know
was
works,
Toronto,
what has
some
worked
Asian,
for
fat
time
Asian guy won
immemorial,
it.
right? Like, men love
Oh,
beautiful
yeah, he
young women,
did.
especially if they're doing something funny, right? I mean, nature is healing.
What do you
It's
think of
happening.
that?
I'm loving the meltdown too. Let's jump to the story from Time.
Put me in the
'cause it gets
gladiator
better.
pit.
Stephen Colbert is practically
See who gets it.
practically daring CBS to shut him down early. Yeah, you can
Dog,
say
he
that.
knows kung fu.
Here's the way I'm going to describe it. Stephen Colbert
Cool.
is having what
Give him a
can
knife,
only be
I'll still do
described
it.
as one of the most epic temper tantrums ever seen in American public life. I mean, dude, you got canceled. And Time Magazine says that he's basically just going nuts on every single episode, going so heavy against his network that he's daring
Faggot
them to
didn't
shut him
even
down.
build
And
the
I'm
entire
like, nice, I have a
plane.
mental breakdown. Like, imagine dedicating
guy's a retard,
10
dude.
years of your life to being on the
Look, the
wrong
whole fucking
side
top of the plane is
every
missing, you piece of
single
shit.
issue. And then finally the network comes to you and says,
Fucking
you are
dumbass.
fired. And not only that, think about it. Colbert goes to his agent
Oh
and
my
says,
God.
what can I
Fucking
do after
faggot
this?
has it
And I'm
all
like,
the way
nothing.
over in the corner
Your
instead of
whole
on the
career
fucking
for 10
plane.
years
Yeah, what's the
is
point of having it
Trump
on
is
the
bad.
plane?
That doesn't
It's
sell
made to be
anymore.
removed.
I don't
so
know,
no one
dog.
sees
It's
that
not a
plane.
Is it a
brand
fucking
you can
plane
hide.
if it's
And
not
so
the
he's
entire
having
plane?
he's having a mental breakdown.
Nice.
Do you blame him?
I mean, look, his
Does it look like a
the
plane to me,
protest
dog?
about
It
him
looks
had,
like a
drew
fucking
20
scrap yard.
people, I think, something like that. I forget what the name of the protest or whatever was. It drew like 20 people. He doesn't have the audience, and there are two things going on with.
Guy doesn't even have the
situation.
fucking
First
guns
of all,
on it.
He doesn't have.
Yeah,
the,
this
he
fucking
doesn't have
thing
the
doesn't
finger
have
on
guns
the
in it.
pulse of what is relevant
program.
anymore. Just going after Trump doesn't sell clearly, but also he's done this in a climate where people don't watch
Didn't fucking
television
do
anymore.
the
They don't watch late night
SR-71.
shows. All the late night shows are down, and granted, it's down because of the content, but it's also down because Netflix is a thing, and Paramount has their own channel, and Disney has their own channel, and YouTube, and all of these other options that people have. If they don't like exactly what you're producing, they're going to go somewhere else. And so, in this climate, to try and alienate half the population, it's a recipe for disaster. And I think Colbert's just the first one. I think more are going to fall.
Yeah, if you look in totality, for the first time now, streaming has surpassed linear television, right? Both broadcast and cable put together. That it's been trending that way for a long time, but those lines have crossed, right? So, to your point that he was fighting uphill anyway. But when you fight uphill and you're just a scold and you're not funny at all, and you don't even try to be funny in a show that's supposed to be about levity and it's supposed to be sort of a break, let's have a laugh before you go to bed. I mean, that's traditionally what late night TV was, and it was really unifying in America at one point, right? Sort of the legends of late night, like Johnny Carson, they made fun of politicians occasionally, but they were very bipartisan, right? They were barbs, and it was great for America, and Americans loved it. Now, instead, we get this scold who is lecturing America, and Kimmel's the same, right? I mean, unfortunately, that late night mold has become a bunch of lefty nags, and nobody likes it, and nobody wants to hear that, especially before bedtime. So thankfully, it's not working.
200,000 people in the key demo like it.
Yeah, well,
and
that's nothing.
3 million boomers.
Right.
That's the crazy thing. The one age demographic from the Real Clear Politics aggregate that was anti-Trump. They went. It was 20 to 29. It's 30 to 39. The only decade, the age bracket was 70 plus. That was anti-Trump. Everybody else was pro-Trump, and they're watching Colbert.
Yeah.
And that's all that. It's remarkable. I can't imagine what must be going through the mind of your 75-year-old watching Colbert, who's thinking, "Wow, look how bad Trump is. How could anyone like him?" And then Trump wins the popular vote.
Right.
Weird reality.
It's kind of sad because I don't know if I'm the only one here, but I used to like his show like a decade ago, the Colbert Report, before he did the late night show.
It was normal.
I don't know if I'm a sucker here because it was kind of just like a parody of Bill O'Reilly. I don't know what they were. I think that was the angle there, but I thought that was like really rich and funny and like I don't know. I was very young at the time too, but just to see this complete transformation, to see him be, I don't know, unrecognizable. He's a total actor though, and you don't really know what you're getting with this guy. Like I don't know who the real Stephen Colbert actually is. When we do see him behind the scenes, we see him dancing with Chuck Schumer.
Right.
So I'm just led to believe that he is a Democrat. He's also a practicing Roman Catholic, and I think he spoke about like significance of that.
That's why
in his work.
So pro-choice.
Like I feel like it's so interesting to see the ways that Catholicism manifests in our politics, because when I hear about Catholics, mostly you think of like the J.D. Vance types who not too long ago converted, but I feel like the average Catholic in our country is probably closer to Stephen Colbert, frankly, for all I know.
Well,
Fucking piece of shit can learn how to use the fucking Lego program, but can't learn how to fucking use Blender.
Last week in my
It's
work
because
for
this shit
Catholic
actually
Vote.
works.
Trump carried Catholics by 12% nationally this time, and he tied among Catholics against Joe Biden. So one of the key reasons he did not win, that he was not already president in 2020, is because he tied. Now, Joe Biden, of course, presented himself as a Catholic president, as a Catholic candidate. I think it's a bunch of baloney, right? But nevertheless, it worked with a lot of Catholics. Trump won Catholics by +8 in 2016, tied in 2020, +12 this time. So the reason that he won the national popular vote,
Build the Twin Towers.
Catholics are sort of the swingiest vote, and also
the
just
most
a giant
useless
cohort.
shit
There's over
ever.
50 million Catholics in America. So I would say Catholics have moved way more toward Trump than they are toward Colbert.
But
Here's a
language
question: Can you be pro-choice and be Catholic?
No, not legitimately.
So the point that he's making.
Alright, well,
when he says
build a plane
Catholics
that
are
flew
closer to
into
Colbert,
it.
they're not Catholics.
People who identify themselves as Catholic, you know, I think
Oh,
we get into, like,
in a way, I
to
already
the point
am.
where we're judging. I'm not one to
Just
judge
a-
if somebody
just
is
a
or not.
larger
Like,
one.
you were
That-
careful
those
with your
were
language there,
757s. I'm
speaking about
building
Joe
a
Biden, you said,
777,
like,
so
what was it? Not pretending.
just a little bigger.
But not presented. That was the word you used.
Yeah.
Presented as Catholic. Do you not believe that? I don't know that he is truly. Because I mean, I'm even looking at Stephen Colbert when he had the cross for Ash
Wednesday.
It is so like. I feel like the average person who believes themselves to be Catholic in this country is pro-choice.
Okay, yes, this is an important distinction. So, by the way, those numbers I just gave you are people who identify as Catholic. And that, again, that's from the Pew Validated Voter Survey. So that's people who identify as Catholic. Trump was +12, right? That is not any reflection on whether or not they practice what they actually believe, right? That's not judging their Catholicism. It's just saying, do you identify as Catholic? That's it. Trump won +12, won overwhelmingly. If you then break it down to practicing Catholics and say, okay, do you go to church at least twice a month, or do you believe in certain issues? Well, then Trump's percentages shoot into, I mean, he's literally in the 80s or even 90s. You know, then they poll and vote a lot more like evangelicals do, you know, frankly. So when you, yes, there's a big difference between cultural
what did you
Catholics
just
who identify as
do?
Catholic but don't necessarily practice the faith, and then actual practicing Catholics, and they obviously vote very differently. But the point is, when we group them all together, they have massively moved toward Trump, toward America First. And
Dog,
by
you
the way,
didn't
also
put a
on immigration,
swastika on the
Catholics have been very
plane.
anti-Trump, very pro-illegal migrant.
Well, since
the
since it has to be
again, just the election
hold on,
last November, but also
it
all
has
the
to
polling
be
showed that. So
45
it's a
degrees
significant
slanted.
issue, and
It's
a
hard to do
fascinating
because
issue when
Lego's
people
90
like
degree
Colbert and Joe Biden
angles.
try to wear their Catholicism on their sleeve.
I would, but
I think believing Catholics
It's not
recognize
easy.
immediately that's just, it's complete hypocrisy. It's not genuine. It's not accurate, and they're
Alright,
trying
at
to
least
do
put
it
the
for
cross.
either political or media benefits, not from their heart.
If I could have one follow-up on the Catholicism issue, because I do think this is really
Did
important how it
that.
manifests in our country. And as I understand it, because again, I'm Jewish, so I'm 1,000 miles away from this, there seems to be a disconnect between global Catholicism and the Catholic Church, and like those at the top, compared to those in America. I don't know, is there a unique brand, do you feel as though there's a unique brand of American Catholicism, or does it manifest differently than the ways it manifests in South America, or even, I don't know, out in Italy at the Vatican, and how the Pope speaks about these issues? Because writ large, as I understand it, very pro-immigrant sentiment, and you know, and that's different, as I understand, American Catholics believings that manifest. So I don't know, does that make sense there? And
Yeah, no,
observing a real phenomena.
No, it's excellent. Look, when you're talking about a faith with over 1 billion adherents that's truly global, of course, there's a massive amount of diversity and complexity, and a lot of it's geographic. The American, practicing American Catholics politically are definitely to the.
You spend a lot of time with your monitor. Working, gaming, learning. Buying the right monitor is like finding your perfect match. You're number one. What features are you looking for? Easy on the eyes? Check.
Right of most of the hierarchy in Rome. I mean, I guess it's a fair, objective statement to observe. But it's also fascinating that we now have an American Pope, right, for the first time ever, which I think most American Catholics, most Americans, period, thought was an impossibility, thought could never happen. And he doesn't exactly seem to be right-wing, or I wouldn't call him conservative, but compared to Francis, massively so, right? And certainly not anti-American in any sense. You know, somebody who came from Chicago, who came from the United States, and loves this country. So it's an interesting moment. And when you have an American Pope, and you have at least the potential for J.D. Vance, our deeply Catholic vice president, to become the president of the United States, perhaps, coming up, it's interesting. There's an American Catholic moment that's pretty historic.
Catholics have come a long way in our country.
Yeah.
Maybe you could, I don't know, the history of Catholics here, they used to be persecuted here, so obviously came a long way.
Yeah.
Sorry for you with this. You pivoted hard there. But.
Yep. Anyway, Stephen Colbert, wow, he's crazy.
Crazy Catholic.
Well, I mean, he's just
Certainly not.
I don't think he's. Look. I mean, you were talking about earlier not judging someone, judging what they believe in their heart and stuff. Look, if you're gonna say you're a Catholic, but you don't do the things the Catholics do, then you're not a Catholic. People should be judged by their works, not by their words. It's very easy to give lip service to whatever it is, to a religion or what have you, or to an ideology. But what people do is what they really believe. And if you are voting for people because you think that it's important for abortion to be legal, that is not a Catholic. And I'm not even a Catholic, but it's pretty easy to tell.
Let's jump to this next story, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to start off by saying this. Israel, as far as it goes with PR in the United States, is cooked. Seth Meyers gets serious in call for U.S. aid to Gaza if even Trump acknowledged their starvation. It's long past time to act. We are appalled by the unspeakable horrors currently unfolding in Gaza. This coming from Late Night with Seth Meyers. And I don't care what you think about the whole issue. What's fascinating to me is that corporate liberal media activism is anti-Israel. Donald Trump is critical of Israel right now on social media. There's a massive spattering of anti-Israel commentary on the rise. And I've been saying this for some time now, but with this to me is the nail in the coffin for pro-Israel sentiment in the United States. I don't see how you recover from corporate left,
Big
left,
smile.
And all being critical of Israel, and the minority faction trying to be pro-Israel.
I mean, look, the whole, even if
What?
Trump acknowledged their salvation, it kind of fits the leftist narrative about Trump. If he's actually Hitler, siding with Gaza makes more sense than siding with Israel, doesn't it? I mean,
Well, the left siding with Trump is strange.
no, I mean,
This is the point. If Trump does it, it's wrong. This time, Trump is not wrong. Seth Meyers is agreeing with Donald Trump on the issue of Israel.
Yo, dog, you have Dr.
When that
Pepper.
happens, and what we're seeing with Gen Z, plus, didn't Charlie Kirk do some sit down with Gen Z guys about Jews? And it's, I think the narrative is there.
No.
This country
Just asking.
is, we looked at the Pew Research data.
Oh,
The key demo is anti-Israel left and
I don't know, what'd you eat with
and now
fucking
Trump is
gay
actually
Italian
seeing
sausage?
Seth Meyers agree with
Huh.
I think where Trump is right
I
now,
got a
which I
monster.
totally understand, is he is seriously pro-Israel, but he's also very
It's a
frustrated with
monster.
Netanyahu,
What flavor,
which I
dog?
think is totally understandable
The
and
main one?
justifiable at this point, right?
I don't really
That
drink other
Netanyahu
ones.
has been, at best, a difficult ally lately, and
It's
and
the
I think that's
main
why
one's
Trump is-
flavor.
Now, what you're talking about, though,
What?
Tim, with Gen Z, is
What's the
they're
flavor
they're actively
of the main
anti-Israel,
one?
entirely different point of view
I
and
don't
worldview.
think
And I do
they
think,
call
look,
it-
if I were Israel,
they
I'd be
named it
concerned about
with a
this,
flavor. I
because
think
the
they
United
just
States is obviously its most key
monster.
ally, and when you look at young Americans, they are very disaffected with Israel right now, and I think people like Netanyahu need to ask themselves why, and how can they try to change that, because they're not only trying to please their own people, but also the United States.
yeah, I mean, look, Israel has done really poorly when it comes to the narrative, the online narrative, kind of, whatever you want to call it.
Kyrie eleison.
The situation in Gaza. I personally don't put a lot of credibility in things that are coming out of Gaza, because I don't trust Hamas, and Hamas is still the authority in Gaza. But Israel is definitely.
So it says
flat
original
cities
green.
in Gaza. So
Has a sweet and
Going
salty
to-
citrus
If
flavor,
you're going
which
to
I don't
initiate a
think
war
it's
like that,
salty
you
at
have to
all.
be prepared to produce propaganda that supports your position, and Israel has not done that. They've
Maybe it's
dropped
soured on.
What do you got to say there, a lot? Come on, I know what you're thinking.
I think despite media narratives and media spins and Hamas and fake news coming out of Hamas, that the Israelis should not be dissuaded from finishing the job in Gaza.
What does that have to do without our money?
With or without our money, I
Yeah,
think.
not agreed. And they'll
needs to finish the job.
and they'll have to do it without our money. That's the point.
Well, right now they're doing it with our support.
And I'm saying my point is that it's gone. There's I don't see how this sustains itself when Pew Research puts out this data showing 53%.
Wait, oh, you think Kenny can go to face?
Oh, shit.
No, I don't think it goes either way. You just asked me why, and I said Zach's gonna be on both.
Wait. Why they all say face tweet?
Oh yeah, pull this one up.
No!
Oh, it's the farewell tour, man. It's a farewell tour.
Please no!
No, dude, it's a farewell tour.
Don't do this to me!
We gotta fire Gersh. We gotta fire.
They're gone.
Oh my God, please no!
What did Dashy do, bro? What did
Fuck are you
Dashy
doing?
do?
The fuck are you doing?
Dude, share! Oh man!
If it makes you feel any better, I think 3 of them are staying.
Gersh,
I think,
Kason,
I think
and
it's
Sim.
minimum 2, but I think 3 stay.
You still destroying trash bags, dog?
Listen, I have no idea what's happening. I can't comment.
The fuck you talking about?
I have no idea what's happening. I can't.
W cap.
What?
The fuck you talking about?
I don't know what's happening.
I got no idea what's happening.
Oh no, maybe not trash bag. You still breaking plates, dog?
Nice, dude.
Hey man, you broke the fucking plate, dude.
Nice.
Oh my god, are you wearing a Juventus?
I am wearing a Juventus shirt. 123, absolutely. People said I had tits though today when I was wearing it in public.
Hey, how'd you change it to green?
Well, it's a different save.
Oh, so you have 2 separate ones?
I have many separate ones, but I can show you how I can change one color. So I select by color. So if I select green, I can back.
Oh.
If I want to select white and make it black, I do that.
Oh. Oh, that reminds me of Mario.
Actually looks kind of sick.
I do gray and black. Thought it would look better. That looks better.
Whoa!
Tits?
Holy
Far too handsome. Tony is.
fuck,
Thank you,
brother.
Riley. Riley, thank you. All right, Tony definitely has tits. You're right. Salute. Is this true? So Sam, the thieves are sticking together, huh?
I call Cap.
You're calling Cap?
Yeah.
Sam, would you want them to stick together? Be honest. Would you want them to stick together, or do you think they should make a change? What do you think?
If phase players are on the board, I think they should make a change.
If phase players are on the board?
Yeah.
No!
What about Tom, we gotta get the Avengers together. We gotta take down the free wall, man. We can't have this.
But I will say, Sam, I I will say, all great teams start with your sub players. I said it. I said it.
Oh, fuck.
You can either agree or disagree, but in my opinion,
No, I agree with you, but I don't know where you're taking it.
what I'm saying is, Sam, what I'm saying is, what are you guys gonna do over there at LDDs? Are you guys gonna get a BG? Are you gonna get a BG?
Well, it would require a buyout, right, for either one of them.
You're gonna need some. You're gonna have to buy them out, Sam.
That's where shit gets tricky, Tom, because I don't know if we got buyout bread. I don't know if we got buyout bread, dude.
I know, they might have to sell some of those skins, Tom.
I think Nate Shot might have to abandon the Counter-Strike wave. I think we might have to partner with fucking Trainwrecks.
Yeah. Have to partner with Trey.
I don't know if we got buyout bread, especially for a terror, bro. What do you think? What do you think a tiny terror buyout looks like? If you guys had to ballpark it, what do you think it would be?
It depends on how we rate them, Sam. Do you remember nothing from our discussion earlier?
No, that's true. Where's my talent eval on the terrors?
Yeah, we got a talent eval. We got a whole thing.
What are you saying the price at? What are you saying the price at, Tom?
Tom, if you legitimately, like if you had to spitball a buyout for the top talent in COD, what do you think it would be?
Listen, I know what the buyout was for some of these top players. I know what the buyout was, and it's not as much as you guys think.
Wait, what was Scrap's Toronto buyout rumored a couple of years ago? You guys know what I'm talking about?
I know what the exact number was.
Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Let's just put it this way. The chat, the number.
Your back's still hurting.
Right now is so high. It is nowhere near that number. Let's just put it that way.
That's what I'm thinking. Because like Counter-Strike buyouts are like M's, but like COD, I feel like it's.
I asked you a question.
I said, yeah, you fucking gay faggot. Holy shit, brother.
Your fucking mic sucks.
Faggot would hear it on the stream, but he's too fucking gay to go check.
Yo, buy ready or not? I want to see how it plays.
Why don't you fucking buy it first so I can see how it plays, you
I gotta see how it plays, though.
Nice.
Fucking faggot needs a new game anyway. He can't play any of his other games because the fucking thing keeps spinning to the fucking right.
These people don't know how to make a fucking game.
Piece of shit can't fucking play Dead Space, can't play Mass Effect, can't play fucking jack shit.
Yeah, whoever EA gets to fucking PC port their games should all be fired.
Yep.
Imagine they're making more than you times like 5, and they can't even do their job. Pretty lit.
If you wanted to buy...
Oh. I've entered the new phase of my life, dog.
Beginning of the end.
% of people in the United States have a negative view of Israel. And
say that again, dude.
Beginning of the end.
It is so extreme that Seth Meyers has said Trump is right.
I don't know, dog.
Like when you get liberal late night talk shows being like, wait, Trump's actually right.
But I am gonna start eating Cocoa Puffs.
So like, if the difference is, you know, good media coverage and your state constantly being at risk,
nice.
Bad media coverage and security for your state,
nice.
I think Israelis should pick the latter. It seems as
agreed, and then we
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna start reading romance novels.
Sentiment continues to spoil. This is the point.
Yeah,
right? When the sentiment continually goes negative.
Yeah, why not? It's never gonna happen in real life, right? So.
I'm gonna get blasted in my meetings, so I'll just come out against them. Then when it comes for the vote, look at AOC.
But dog, you can't lose faith.
So we are getting very, very close in the next few years to U.S. Congress being like, we are no longer going to risk
Where's your faith, huh?
seats in Congress for supporting a foreign country.
I may submit to you that may be true. I think pulling on this is
doesn't
fickle.
it
I
have
think
to
we're being
exist when they
manipulated
tell you
by
where it is?
false images that, for example, the New York Times, even New York
So
Times
it's non-existent for you, huh?
and described some of their images as being like incorrect or putting them
Why
up
the
with
fuck
misleading information.
are you
about
telling me to have
I think
faith,
Israel
huh?
should
Because
continue fighting
some
against Saddam
faggot
despite that.
would have said that if I said it. So.
I hear you, but you're not addressing what we're talking about.
No, I am. I said despite.
The question of whether or not Israel should or shouldn't do something is not the subject.
I think they should do things despite the bad media coverage.
Just imagine that chick at the gas station. Imagine if you had the fucking muscle car.
Popular mainstream in the United States that Israel banned.
Is that why I didn't get it?
I don't think that's as true as.
I don't know, dude. I'm connecting dots, dude.
I'm not making this up. Pew Research, 53% negative view of Israel and getting worse.
Whatever controls the universe is probably like,
Trump.
if he had that car, he
the subject
might.
To Israel should continue its war has nothing to do with the content.
No, so despite this,
be able to procreate,
despite
so we're not
becoming
gonna allow
increasingly partisan of an issue, I think the Israelis should continue to finish their work in Gaza.
Oh, you want to procreate?
If your argument is that they're putting up fake images or whatever it may be, that means just Israel's losing.
Just fucking go to a fucking sperm bank. Just give your sperm, then you have a bunch of kids. You never have to take care of them. There you go. What's the problem?
Right? Absolutely.
Well, don't they make you put your occupation on that thing?
Should it continue to receive benefits and aid from the United States when
Why
the
would-
average Israeli lives better than the average American right now? This is a sophisticated, wealthy
You think a woman is going to take your sperm and not care what job you have?
Why would it matter though if you're not going to be in her life?
I don't know. Why are you asking me that?
No, but I'm trying to understand why they would care.
Hey man, make me understand something that you don't understand yourself. Like, it's not a retarded thing to ask.
Socialized, we don't have socialized healthcare in America because socialized healthcare is actually bad for people. People don't get good coverage through their socialized medicine. People in Israel.
It's like if I told you how the Mordekaiser Ultimate works, you wouldn't know what the fuck the answer is.
You didn't say that, but that's a common sentiment. I feel like it's so ironic given it's one
Yeah, ask me. I'll know.
All right, how does it work?
A military draft and actually routinely fights their own battle.
Ask it again.
How does the Mordekaiser ult work?
The army in the United States actually respect that.
5, 4, 3, 2, yeah. Looking it up doesn't help.
Okay, wait, I don't even know what the fuck you just said. The Mordekaiser what?
Mordekaiser alt. How does it work?
What the fuck is that?
Exactly, that's my point.
I don't know, why should we go down?
You just make that up?
No, I mean, well, I just respond to that by saying I think Americans benefit immensely from both soft and hard power. We are
literally
the
in a
global
lobby with a
shot
fucking
callers, and
demented
it's to the
retard.
benefit of Americans. And I feel like that's really
Dude, I don't know what the fuck's
too.
up.
I think American hegemony
I've never
is gonna
heard of
be
that thing
American
before.
hegemony respect. It's going to be other communist, Chinese influences, or Russian influences, or Islamist influences that fills the gap. Is my
I don't even know how to spell what you just said.
I think over the past couple of years, there's been a narrative battle happening in the United States on the issue largely of Israel, and Israel's
All I'm saying is,
losing.
if you want to fucking have kids, that's one way to go about.
Mercilessly in this narrative machine, and that's it. I predicted 10 years, especially with Gen Z's view of Israel. There's not going to be any more foreign spending for this country.
I think there's such a contradiction between the far left that hates Israel and the far right that also dislikes Israel, because they hate Israel for so many different reasons. The far left in our country largely hates Israel, as I understand, because they view
Fucking
Israel
retard couldn't fucking kill everyone in Baldur's Gate. Now he's coming to build Lego.
They project their racial biases onto the Israeli conflict as such, and that's really all they see. There's also like this socialist tinge of the far left socialists believing that Jews are landlords and inherently privileged, and then being against Jews writ large for that purpose. And then on the far right, they hate Jews for or hate the state of Israel for totally different reasons. They're not projecting any racial,
what about Seth Meyers?
I don't know why Seth Meyers is. I don't even know what he actually said on the issue.
The narrative is that Israel is starving Gaza, and so they need humanitarian aid because Israel's cut off their access to food.
You want some rice?
I think Hamas
Absolutely
knows exactly
not.
what they're doing.
And Israel's really bad at countering it.
No, I think that Hamas is willing to use dead children for their political gain. They actually want more dead children
Hamas.
to occur. They want to hide behind these people. So when
I'm a part of Hamas. Whoa, nice, dude. What are you, like 5,000 meters away from your fucking PlayStation?
I'm in the kitchen.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm getting some Reese's Pops. They're not Cocoa Puffs, they're Reese's Pops.
Day, July 28th. Wokeness is officially dead. It has been murdered by the clothing company American Eagle. American Eagle's weapon of choice was Sydney Sweeney's body. And as we all celebrate the nostalgic return of normal arousal in advertising, some on the right are facing a nagging moral question. Is gawking at half-naked hot blondes really conservative? I'm Michael Knowles. This is the Michael Knowles Show. Ended wokeness. There have been a lot of moments where we said, is wokeness dead? With the end of the 2024 election, Trump wins with the popular vote. Was that the end of wokeness? Was, I don't know, the canceling of Bud Light, was that the end of wokeness? I think this is as good a date as any. For those of you who have not seen it yet, I'll pick one of the more wholesome of the American Eagle advertisements. Sydney Sweeney working on a classic muscle car, selling jeans. For those who are only listening right now, Sydney Sweeney, she's fully clothed, and she just then walks away.
Fucking come over to your house and break the air conditioning, okay?
Nice, dude.
Gets in a sweet-looking Mustang.
You better watch your fucking
Declaration
mouth,
of war
dude.
right there, bro.
That's it.
I'll
She's got
fucking
a
do it,
tank top on. She's not showing too much cleavage. She's got
I
the
will
most,
ask
the most
you
skin she's
to
showing
allow me
really
to
is
go
her
to
shoulders and her
war
feet.
against this
it's not,
enemy of
she's
the
got
state.
baggy jeans on. It's not even that
I
tight.
don't
but
think I'll do it, dude.
It shows some of Sydney Sweeney's assets. That's how she's selling the clothes. This commercial.
I got
even
friends who
down
install
to
HVAC for a living, alright?
even down to the presence of the Mustang, is the polar opposite.
One
of
fucking
one
call.
of the other most prominent commercials.
Nice,
this year,
dude.
that
You're
one
gonna
for
be
Jaguar,
you're gonna be in the
which showed
fucking
a bunch of
stickiness
gender-bending
forever.
eunuchs trying to sell
Nice.
old lady British cars.
So watch your fucking mouth.
Remember this one? Got a bunch of people of dubious sex, weird-looking Martian kind of people in frilly costumes. Live vivid. Delete ordinary. It's a key phrase. Delete ordinary. Break molds. It's a bunch of like drag queen type looking, and not even drag
It's
queens.
the moment of truth.
Androgynous people on some weird purple planet. Copy nothing.
What'd you say?
Jaguar. So this
It's
is
the moment of
opposite.
truth.
If the Jaguar commercial was
Our
the
Reese's
moment.
Puffs.
of liberalism,
It's the moment.
Good.
the Sydney Sweeney commercial, just looking good in a pair of jeans, is the end.
I
of
think
it.
they're okay, but they go stale.
There's
really
good news
quick.
and bad
They go
news about
soft
this
really
commercial.
quick.
The good news is, it's not 2020 anymore. 2020, culturally, politically, probably
But I haven't had them
wokeness.
in probably
The good news is
17,
that's
18
done.
years, so
We're
I
past that.
actually don't know for sure.
The bad news is we have apparently gone back to 1998. That's it.
Fucking
This is not- we
losers
have-
fucking playing Zed.
to play that. Yo, dog. When I used to go to my cousin's house for sleepovers, my female cousin bought me a piece of cake and she was saving it for me. Like she was gonna give me pieces every like day or every
Are you
dinner.
fucking retarded, dude?
Shut your faggot mouth. And I think she got it for me for my birthday. And then instead of that happening, my uncle woke up one night or some shit and just ate the whole thing. And yeah, dude, I was pretty pissed.
That was the fucking story, dude.
Yeah, I remember leaving, and the daughter was mad at him, saying like, "Oh my god," because he's diabetic. So she was like, "Do you know how much sugar was in that?" And he was just standing there. And then I remember a couple years later, I don't know.
Oh shit.
I don't know what the question was, but
Why did you bring this up?
I don't know. I just remembered it.
Dog, you got the baddie on your team.
Yeah, I got Fiora on my team. I know.
Now you got Jinx, dog.
Yeah. You want to fucking say someone doesn't wipe? She doesn't wipe. 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so, dude.
Ash could get it though. Damn, I got a bunch of baddies on my team. Holy fuck, I didn't even notice.
Yo, Belle Veth. How the fuck can she wipe her ass? Got a wing in the way.
Well, I guess then she couldn't shit probably either. And usually things that have wings don't actually need to wipe their ass.
Yeah, like a bird, it's always a clean drop, right?
Yeah. Bro, why does it say fail to start the camera, dude? Shut your fucking mouth.
Haven't gone back to the 1950s. We haven't gone back to the 1600s. We haven't gone back to the 1320s. We're back in about 1998.
You know what, man? Reese's Puffs are pretty fucking good.
Mainstream 90s liberalism. Bill Clintonism. Is there anything more Bill Clinton? Hey, honey, I love those jeans. Love American Eagle. That's what we get. And yet, I think this is still broadly a good thing, even though it's not perfect. The first question you have to grapple with is, why is Sydney Sweeney the it girl of today? She's a very good-looking lady, but why is she the hottest chick that ever walked on a screen ever? I don't know. People seem to think so today. Why? I think the reason why is because she looks normal, like a really, really good version of normal. At a time, especially in 2025, when every prominent woman seems to have Ozempic face and those giant clown lips and has made themselves into a hyper-real caricature of a woman. It's as if the men decided to turn themselves into caricatures of women through drag queenism and transgenderism, and then the women decided to try to look like the transgender men, and it's just become this weird hyper-real caricature. Sydney Sweeney comes out and she looks natural, and she looked her
dog. Is that
normal,
your wish, dog?
And she looks like the hottest version of the girl next door, and I think that doesn't
Well, what
appeal
the fuck
in
do
every
you
age,
wish,
but that
dude?
appeals in our age.
I
And
wish
she
for
seems normal
peace.
at a time when all of the movie starlets and all the TV starlets,
Well, don't you already have it?
are braying.
Isn't this what happens when peace is fucking
abortion
happening?
and killing kids and Joe Biden and
I'd say
Kamala
peace
Harris.
doesn't
Sydney
lead to war.
Sweeney
I'd
is just
say
kind of bubbly and nice and
gay
doesn't
bullshit
really get
leads to
involved in
war.
all that.
I'm
And
saying peace.
does her job and
Gay
smiles,
bullshit.
looks good on camera. She's a pretty good actress, and that's really refreshing. It's a return to how things were in the 90s.
Damn, she got a
What
fucking
conservatives have to
bow and
grapple with
arrow,
is
dog.
The 90s weren't all that great. We now think.
Wait, what's her name?
retrospectively
Milfness?
that they were great because many of us were children in the 90s, and you always think the era that you were a kid during was
The fuck kind of name is that?
There were a lot of problems. You had massive violence. You had relative highs of street violence.
Oh man,
social
that's a fucking
solidarity
that's a
was
player
strained.
name,
You
not the
had a
character
high
name.
rate of divorce rate.
Yo!
You had
I'm dead, dude. What the hell? You thought that was a
abortion
fucking
activism or
character
a
name?
peak of abortion
Well,
activism.
dude, I
You
don't
had-
know how the fuck they display the names in this
Bill
game.
Clinton.
Yeah, this guy's madness.
So it wasn't all that great. Should we
Bro,
be
like,
happy to be returning to that?
They got weird names in this game.
Conservatives
Yeah?
really the party of just
Yeah,
like gawking
Milfs,
at
dude, that's
blondes
definitely
and arousing lusts, and is that it? I don't think so. But
MILF mass.
gawking at Sydney Sweeney is a lot better than gawking at some weird polyandrogynous trans eunuchs. The companies deciding to sell normal sex is better than companies deciding to sell weird sex.
So what are you, like a mummy?
Why? The reason why is you don't want companies to sell sex generally, because it's bad to arouse lusts, and really strong civilized societies don't do that. Don't prey.
Dude, you're fucking getting destroyed.
Just a civilization of guys like Wile E. Coyote. You know, their jaw drops to the floor.
Yeah, your fucking shit's getting destroyed.
You know, constantly in a state
What
of
are you talking
titillation.
about?
That's not what you want.
The fucking
But
statue
it is
thingy.
better, if you have to choose, it's better for a company to sell normal sex than to sell weird sex. Because
So it's
selling
part of the
normal
fucking
sex
game. You gotta
plays
defend
on
it, dude.
which
You
is a
fucking
vice.
step up.
But selling weird
Yeah, and
sex,
also
like
wanted
androgynous,
to help you
LGBT, bizarro
take
world,
HP from
polycule
minions so you
stuff,
can kill them
is
faster.
not only sometimes playing on vice, but it's also contrary to nature.
Oh, man. I just see you getting
That's
pushed
why
back.
not all,
It's
you know,
fucking
traditionally
embarrassing,
in
man.
Christianity, sexual sins are considered pretty important. They're not the worst sins of all.
Millie champion,
but
Millie
they're-
champion,
they're
you getting your fucking
significant,
ass
one,
kicked,
because they're
alright?
so widespread.
Where are your
And
fucking
there are
balls?
differing degrees of sexual sin. It's bad to fornicate. It's really bad to cheat on your wife. But there are some sins that are contrary to nature. And so what I think you're seeing with the Sydney
Yeah, dude,
Sweeney
you want to
defeating
start
Oprah is
a new
you're
mafia,
seeing
dude?
nature healing. It's become kind of a meme. Nature is healing. Sydney Sweeney is showing off her cleavage. Nature is healing. But it is a return to nature. It's a return to how she's a pretty girl.
Yo, dude, the dragon spawned,
showing off
dude.
her
Get your
body
ass to
in
the
kind of
dragon.
normal ways, and arousing men in normal ways to sell blue jeans. And we want grace to perfect
Bro, she's about to
nature.
kill you.
We want to overcome some of our more animal nature. But given how degraded a state our culture has found itself in, I say at least 2 cheers for Sydney Sweeney. I'm not willing to go 3 cheers for the Sydney Sweeney ad campaign because we want to move into an even more civilized, wholesome kind of culture. But for now, given where we've been, 2 cheers. 2 cheers for American Eagle. It's good stuff. Sometimes when a culture is really decayed, you need a bridge. This is what Trump does. This is what Trump does. Is Trump Russell Kerr? Is Trump Edmund Burke? Is Trump some, I don't know, Cicero? Or something?
Oh my
God. You know, he's a brash billionaire reality TV star, famously a playboy who's dated supermodels. So he's not this picture of tweedy conservatism, but he is a bridge from where we were.
Man, you can't even kill a dragon, dude.
Back to a normal
Yeah,
kind
my
of
jungler
make
just
America
flashed
great
into a
again.
fucking
See,
wall.
I'm with you. I want a normal, flourishing society. That's what he is.
Get over there.
I'll take it. I'm into it, okay? Now, speaking of relations between the sexes, there is
Oh,
a major
God.
scandal
You
after
fucking let the
Tea
enemy
Act,
team slay the
where
fucking
women
dragon,
try
dude.
to spread
Yeah, there's nothing I
gossip
can do. I
about
don't have
men,
smite, you fucking
and
faggot
then
retard.
Oh,
we
of
just
course.
got hacks of gossip is being spread about
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
And
Fucking
before we
give me
spill
a
the tea,
break, dude.
I want to tell you about oil, natural gas. That's what I want to tell you about Chevron.
America is built on hard work and powered by American energy. Chevron
Oh,
has
your
spent
shit's getting
$44 billion
damaged.
with local businesses across all 50 states since 2022, fueling infrastructure and communities, all while strengthening local economies. Last year, Chevron increased
You know,
U.S. production
sometimes I think I was dropped on my fucking head.
businesses from the heartlands to the coast. We're helping to fuel America's energy advantage, building a brighter future right here at home. Visit chevron.com/America to discover more.
Are you ready for the tea? Are you ready for the tea? So there's a new app. I'm not on it. I'm very pleased to say that I missed online dating. Sweet little Elise and I, who had been high school sweethearts, we really met in middle school. We
What the fuck is this guy
got
doing?
together just as online dating was taking off. I've
Walks
never
through a
really
lane
been
and
on
gets fucking half of his HP
There's
taken
the
away.
Tinder, and there's
Yo, is that like a manta ray?
Grindr,
Yeah.
and there's Bumble, and whatever, Hinge, and all that. But there's now we're so far down the rabbit hole of online dating that there are now apps.
And
about
they
the apps.
fucking
There are
claim the feet of
ancillary
warfare. What
dating
the
apps
fuck are you
that
doing?
Allow you to warn other people about the people that you're going to meet on the dating apps. One of which was called T. So, the New York Times is reporting that there was a data breach.
The enemy team has claimed the fucking feet of warfare, dog.
They had to prove who they were, so they submitted their IDs or whatever. And then they
Yeah,
said, hey,
fucking
I went on a
course
date
it
with
does,
Johnny,
dude.
And he's a creep. Or, you know, I went on a date with Bill and he didn't pick up a tab. Or it was basically
You fucking lost the game.
for online
You fucking
dating.
lost.
Reviews of men that other women could date. So before you go on, after you match with the guy, but before you go on the date with the guy, you can go to Guy Yelp and read reviews based on his past customers.
Yo, help your fucking jungle.
Now it seems that those gossipy women have been hoisted with their own petard because there was a data breach that exposed the photos and ID cards of the women.
Bro, you haven't even done your fucking job,
which was
right?
exploding in the
You
App Store,
suck.
getting downloads. So on Friday, T said hackers
just did,
breached the data
bitch.
storage system, exposing 72,000 images, including selfies and photo IDs of the users. This app is not totally new, though it was really exploding recently, but it was released in 2023, and it was even likened among its users as a Yelp service for women. So this, of course, raises the question for men. If women can have an app that allows them to warn each other about whether a guy is creepy or cheap or doesn't look like his pictures or something,
You know, I feel like
can men have an app
men are just gonna go
other
extinct.
men of whether or not women are crazy? If the chief fear for the women is that the man is a creep, which is what this was ostensibly about, are these men dangerous? If the chief fear,
But
was
wait,
that the
isn't it
women-
more likely that they would? Wait.
Why?
What's the part? Is it? Oh wait, no. Population in China, or whatever. Like the men, there's a lot less men.
put themselves in a bad situation on a date with these men? The same can be true of men. You know,
I don't know.
I'm not saying that women are as physically strong as men, but sometimes they boil men's rabbits. You know, sometimes there's some crazy birds out there. And so, can men have an app where we upload pictures of women and we say, "Oh, don't go on a date with this girl. She's a total lunatic"? No, of course not. That would be totally reprehensible. But the whole thing is really reprehensible. And I think that's what this is exposing.
It's all fucked. It's all
This is one of these great news stories because everyone involved is getting exactly what he and she deserves. Because
Yo, dude, we're in hell, dude. We're in fucking hell.
Dating, like going shopping for a handbag. They are treating human beings as commodities to be rated and reviewed like a restaurant. And as a consequence, they themselves are being treated as commodities. Their identities are being leaked online, they're being shared around, they're being rated and reviewed and judged and subject to all of the public scrutiny that they were subjecting the men to. Everyone is getting exactly what he deserves. If you are treating men like restaurants, you are already doing it wrong. And I know what the answer is going to be. The response is going to be, well, Michael, what option do they have? In the modern dating world, you know, these women just swipe men on the internet. They have no idea who they are. They could be axe murderers, and then they show up and go on dates and have dinner with them. And, you know, often they'll end up back at their apartments 2 hours after they met. Right? You should not do that. That's not. That would be if you recognize that there's something disordered about that, then don't do it. You should not be just randomly meeting strangers on the internet.
Yeah, change this shit, man. I don't want to listen to any of this garbage anymore.
Ways to put some limits on it, and you could
Alright, this fucking
circumscribe
faggot
it.
said he had something to send me and he never sent it. Because he's a
Oh,
fucking dumbass.
fuck. Yeah, let me fucking try to find it, dude. I can't. Trying to fucking eat these fucking Reese's Puffs. Oh, fuck.
Send it on Discord.
Yeah, if I fucking find it, okay? Calm your fucking shit. Oh, you know, no, I don't fucking, because it's fucking related to like women and all that shit, man. I don't want to fucking.
At least send it so I can have it in my
deal with that.
fucking watch this shit.
Turret plating will fall soon.
Send it through what now?
Discord.
I'm on PlayStation.
No technique is forbidden. Without a sound.
Dude, that fucking range.
Oh, man. All the women are gone. I wasn't even here, dude.
How does that hit?
What I have done
Fucking range is insane.
Look how much damage your fucking statue took.
So?
So he's winning.
Yeah, he's a range champion against a melee champion.
I don't give a fuck, he's winning, alright? You should fucking pick something else than melee. You fucking piece of shit. Oh, you're about to get your shit kicked in, dude.
Yeah, and I don't have a jungler either, so it doesn't help.
darkness.
You haven't done one good thing for your team yet, man.
Oh, I went bot lane and got killed, so actually I have.
Enemy team has defeated the fucking Rift Herald, dude. Get your shit together. Ally turret destroyed, dude. On your fucking watch. Thanks, dude. Oh, and you're about to die. What does FDF mean?
No, just FF. Misclicked.
Balance is a fool's master.
Well, I sent it to your fucking WhatsApp, right? Oh, you gotta try some of these Reese's Pieces. Yes, kill them all, kill them all.
Bro, why can't I fucking click on the... It won't open in YouTube, dude. I don't understand what this fucking shit is.
No, I don't want to listen to it.
Shut your mouth.
I don't want to listen. You're fucking glutton for punishment, are you? Yo, dude, your jungler's all by himself, dude.
The shadows have enlightened me.
He deserves to go all by himself. He's fucking garbage at the game.
Yo, dude, behind. Damn, dude, you're gonna die again. Quit running, dude. You're a coward.
Has been slain.
It's called being a
An
coward.
ally has been slain.
I am afraid in the darkness. No technique is forbidden. Without a sound.
An ally has been slain.
Shadows find the truth.
Your turret has been destroyed. An ally has been slain.
Oh, I don't exist. Oh. Yo, kill the manta ray dog.
She's my jungler. Basically a double agent.
Oh my god, your team's getting fucking destroyed, dude.
Yep, they are, of course, dude. Of course they are. Well, it's just mainly my jungler. But yeah.
Yeah.
4v5ing in a quote-unquote team-based game is pretty chucked.
Oh yeah.
The truth lies in darkness.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Secrets kept are weapons wasted.
I don't have anything.
An
Bob,
enemy has been
great.
slain. Enemy rampage.
Balance is a fool's master.
Enemy rampage. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Do not fear the shrouded path.
No. Fucking died again. dog. You're just feeding the other team, dog.
Nice.
No technique is forbidden.
Has been destroyed.
Spit.
Punish restraint. Brave the shadows, find the truth. None escape the shadow. What I have done cannot be undone.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Tradition is the corpse of wisdom.
Dominating.
It's who you are.
Your turret has been destroyed.
The truth lies in darkness.
Has been slain. An enemy is godlike.
Balance with fools.
Has been destroyed. Your team has destroyed a turret. Shut down.
Weakness.
An enemy is unstoppable.
The shadows enlighten me.
Defeat.
Yo, 5,000 damage in 28 minutes is actually a fucking challenge, bro. Fucking hell. That's fucking crazy, man. Shut your fucking mouth.
Oh god. Ooh.
Death is like the wind, always by my side.
Yes, way dog.
Holy fuck, dude.
Fucking faggot has a ponytail, dog. God almighty. Well.
Damn dog, you should have went something else.
Oh.
What in the fuck are you gonna let me listen to, you fucking piece of shit? Fucking piece of shit.
I'll find something else.
You will find something else, yeah? I will find something else and then take a really long time to send it.
They're like a COD. Fucking listen to or some shit. Some related to that.
Summoner's Rift.
It's over. It's fucking over.
Until minions spawn.
Don't you understand, dog? It's over.
Joke's on you, it never fucking
It doesn't
started.
matter anyway. Not listening to audio anyway, so it's fucking over.
Dog, it can't be
Okay,
over
I'm
if
gonna
it
meet
didn't
men within a certain
start.
area where at least I'm a member of the community, so I might know this. Oh, this person
Oh,
goes to this gym,
fuck.
goes to this church, attended this school. Maybe I know people who know that person. There are, in fact, apps based on mutual connections that way. That's one way to do it. Or you could do it the old-fashioned way and say, "Hey, sis, do you know any guys that I could date? Hey, even coworker, can you recommend someone that I could go on a date with? Get set up on a blind date." You could meet someone through a more organic activity, like school or church or work or something like that. If you, though, just treat dating like an open market business, well, then you're going to be treated like a good bought and sold in the marketplace. This actually kind of relates to the
What is that,
the
a
Sydney
fucking
Sweeney story,
squirrel?
in that we are now, left and right, going back at best to the 1990s. But the 1990s weren't all that great. The 1990s were in many ways the triumph of the free market above all, the supposedly free market above all. You even had a liberal like Bill Clinton come out and say, the era of big government is over. We're going to privatize. We're going to let the invisible hand of the market do its work. So you had the right talking about that for a couple of decades, and then even the left came around, and it spread around the West, not only in America. You had Bill Clinton in the United States. You had Tony Blair in the United Kingdom. The New Democrats, New Labor. This worship of market
What's the hubble
dynamics,
hubble for, dog?
a move toward privatization. But we realized there was a problem with that. Actually, the problem was we were
Yeah,
surrendering a lot of
getting in
power to
bags, man.
corporations who were even less accountable in many ways than the government was.
But why?
And personally, we were commoditizing everything. To the point that now we've commoditized even human babies.
How long are you gonna
can
keep
go to the
this
baby
up,
store, you
dude?
can purchase eggs, you can purchase sperm, you can make a baby like you would design a Build-A-Bear in a toy shop in the mall.
Forever, maybe.
And I think we're starting to recognize that's not really good.
Is this like a fucking?
I mean, that is
like,
at a-
is this
at a
like fucking
very,
cold showers?
very basic level, a kind of idolatry, where you are treating, in the case of the advertising, you're treating these glittering images of a cute girl as a kind of a god or goddess that you're worshiping. So persuasive that you're going to go buy the blue jeans. And in the case of the T app, you're treating you're conflating human beings with the glittering images on the screen, and you're reviewing them in a way that is deeply inhuman. Not good. They're getting exactly what they deserve. But we're doing relationships wrong generally. There's a woman who's gone viral. Oh, this was sad. Chaos with Camille, I guess, is her handle. She went viral for explaining why she is divorcing her perfectly nice husband whom she loves.
Earlier this year, I told my husband I wanted a divorce. And this would probably shock a lot of my friends and my family because I hadn't told anybody, okay? I walked myself through the logistics of where would I live, how would we split the time with the kids, who gets the dog, where all of those things, okay? Had a full breakdown. I feel like I have been searching for something in my relationship that we don't have for the whole time we've been married, which has been 10 years. There is not a single thing about my husband in and of himself that I do not love. Let me be very clear about that. He is the most self-disciplined, loyal, hardworking, good person that you could meet on this planet. And that is probably the reason why I have not left, okay? Our relationship and what my expectations are for my marriage and what they always have been are not met, right? Which I don't know if anybody's are. The reason that pushed me to even bring up divorce and talk about it was the fact that I feel like I I don't.
Wanderer isn't always lost.
I can't be myself with my husband, and it's really confusing because I'm 32 years old.
Let's go, Wild.
And I still don't know who I am.
Okay. I can't even. I was gonna stop and start. I was gonna examine. I'm like hypnotized by this woman's nonsense because it's so sad and it's so typical of our culture. She says, yeah, okay, I'm gonna get divorced. I've already gained through all of it. Who's gonna get our 3 kids? 3 kids? This horrid woman, this horrid, wicked witch. She's gonna do that to her kids for no reason other than that she feels like she's missing something. What is she missing? She can't tell
Yo, do you hear about that chick that went viral for literally divorcing her husband for no reason?
Viral for what now?
Divorcing her husband for no reason. And apparently she's
No
still
reason.
gonna get shit in the divorce. Like, that makes no sense.
Dying's the easy part.
What's her name? What's her fucking name?
I don't know, man. What the fuck?
The sword's poor company for a long road.
I can ask you a question, dude.
Yeah, what's her faggot question?
What is her name?
Nice, dude.
Oh, you don't know?
I already said that I don't know, you dumb faggot cunt.
Oh, your fucking mic is a piece of shit.
No, you're a faggot. Fucking whatever you're.
Nice, nice, dude.
I said go to my stream and listen to it. It's not my fault, dude. It's on
Nice.
your end, you fucking retard.
You're funny, dog. You're funny.
With yourself, you will be.
What is her husband not providing? She can't tell you that either. He's great. She loves everything about him. But she just feels like something's missing. So she's going to ruin her kids' lives. She's going to ruin her husband's life. She's going to probably even screw up the daughter. Because she just feels like there must be something else out there, right? This is the imagination of man's heart is evil from his very youth. You know that line right after the flood of Noah, and then the water goes away, and then Noah starts sacrificing animals to God, and God says, oh, right, the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. That's what that is. That's even, I mentioned on the show a week or two ago, Drew Clayton's favorite show, The Orange for a Head joke. I won't retell the joke, but the punchline is a guy has orange for a head because he asked for it. And which is about the perversity of man's heart. That's it. This woman self-sabotaging, saying, you know, my life is just too good. There must be something better. There must be. This is truly awful, but it's how a lot of us think about relationships. And even up to marriage. And I'll give you a very practical tool for avoiding this. If you make it all about you, something like this is going to happen. If you make it about not you, it's less likely to happen. If you make it about God, it most likely will not. It almost certainly will not happen. And in fact, it's within your power for it not to happen. You understand the distinction? If you make your life just all about you, if you merely go back to if you live in 2020 living where it's just all about me and my identity and I can redefine reality, you're going to do this stuff. If you even go back to 90s, which is about, you know, I'm gonna live for me now, man, and I'm gonna pursue my interest economically, politically, personally, sexually, whatever. Then you're not going to be satisfied because you're not enough. You're not sufficient. Your heart is longing for something that it will not find in a temporal and material world because you are not merely material. Your intellect is not material. Your intellect is immaterial. So you're grasping for something that you cannot grab in a temporal and material way. So you're always going to be unsatisfied if that's where your aim is. If you make your relationships, your relationship to your husband, your relationship to reality, about something other than yourself, if you make it about the other person, that's better. But ultimately, you have to make it about God, because only in God, who is unchanging, who is eternal, who is spirit, who made you, who, for many, many reasons, only in God will you find only in God will you find satisfaction for the longings of your soul that cannot be satisfied in this world. And then you'll stay in your marriage because God told you to. And then you'll actually be happy in your marriage. And marriage here is just one example. You'll be happy in your work. You'll be happy in your suffering, because you will be binding yourself to a God who suffers for you. This is the big shift, and this is also why, and this is the theme of the whole show, this is why 90s liberalism is not it. Because 90s liberalism was just before that new atheist movement. We saw a massive decline of religion in the 1990s. It's not going to work. And we can't just go back to the 80s, greed is good, Gordon Gekko, and we certainly can't go back to the 70s where we replaced religion with drugs, and we can't go back to the 60s where we replaced the Christian age with the age of Aquarius, and first of all, you can't go back in time, period, but you can recover things that existed in the past that don't necessarily exist now, and we got to dig a lot deeper. It's not, we have to stop, especially on the right, with this notion that we've just gone a little too far. We just need to rewind 5 or 10 years. That doesn't work. It's not that we've gone so far. We've gone like 500 years. Okay? And so we need to dig fundamentally if we want to recover a good civilization that isn't literally dying because of the decline of birth rate, because of the declining marriage rate, because women like that horrid witch decide to abandon their husbands because they just feel like there's something else out there. Here. It's an illusion. It's glittering images on a screen. Knock it off. Now, speaking of images on a screen that you should go watch, you should check out Yes or No. Because I sat down with my friend Dave Rubin. Should leaking risque photos be illegal? Do lesbians use their relationships to train for MMA competition? Do you believe in God? Find out the latest find out the answers rather in the latest episode of Yes or No with Mr. Rubin.
Did female MMA get so popular because it gave lesbian couples a professional outlet?
Dying's the easy part.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Watch the full episode right now on the Mike and Walsh YouTube channel for the uncensored ad-free version. Subscribe to Daily Wire Plus. Speaking of ugliness, Barack Obama's presidential library is being built. It's
Brother, you're supposed to use your fucking ultimate.
And it is the ugliest thing you've ever seen in your entire life. It's so totally horrid. Why? What is it? If you're not watching, if you're just listening right now, I'll try to describe it. It looks like a big, gray, misshapen egg with but like the ugliest egg you ever saw. I don't know. It looks like an Easter Island head. It's just so gross. It's nauseating. Why? Why does Obama want this for his presidential library? I'll tell you. For the same reason that the libs built all of brutalist architecture. Brutalism is just socialism in architecture. I don't mean to sound like a huge boomer right now. Barack Hussein Obama is a socialist. He kind of is. He kind of is. And actually, at least the socialists 100 years ago were kind of edgy. At least they were somewhat avant-garde. At least they were trying out new ideas. The modern socialists are so lame because they're so passé. Because this has all been done. Brutalism is 60 years old or more. It's so lame now. But when I say brutalism is socialism in architecture, I mean that in a pretty technical way.
No one is promised
the Eastern
tomorrow.
Bloc countries, overcome by the Soviet Union, they built socialist architecture. Washington, D.C., during the middle of the 20th century, when extreme liberals and socialists had a lot of sway there, built ugly brutalist. Why? A lot of university campuses, especially state schools, have brutalist architecture, but it's so ugly. It's drab. The color is awful. It's without ornamentation. The angles are ugly. It's just so depressing. It's spiritually oppressive. Why? Well, it follows earlier modern architectural movements, going back to Bauhaus or the International Style even, or this notion that form follows function. Very socialist. The idea that you should have nothing superfluous. You should have nothing that is merely for ornamentation or for beauty's sake. You want to use the cheapest materials possible with the simplest designs possible that are clinical, that get the job done, and then you can, all the extra material and all the extra resources of design, you can go use to build even more blocky monstrosities. Because we're just going to have form. The form of the building follow function. But that doesn't actually work. Because function, speaking of Democrats looking bad, this is a tweet for the ages. Bookmark it, frame it, put it up in the Smithsonian. Got to give a hat tip here to Tony Kinnett from the Daily Signal. He grabbed this before the Democrats deleted it. So the Democrats, this is the official Democratic account, tweets out. And it's a chart. It says, U.S. grocery prices reached record highs in 2025. Prices are higher today than they were on July 2024 in all major categories listed below. And then you have cheese, alcohol, grocery, dairy, produce, meat. And you see this chart, and among all of them, it really shot up.
An enemy has been
But
slain.
you got to look at the time scale, because it begins, what is that? That's October 2019, I think. Then it goes to October 2024. So then right when you get to the end of the screen, presumably you're getting into 2025. The problem is the real spike where it all just shoots way, way up top, kind of levels off by the end, but shoots way, way up, is after 2020. It's actually from 2021 through 2023, 24, and it's kind of leveling off. In other words, it all happened under Biden. Then if you try to go to it, it says, this page doesn't exist. Right, we're looking for something else. And luckily our pal, Tony Kinnett, was able to grab it before they deleted it. Think about how this tweet was posted. We always joke about the social media intern. You know, that there were social media interns in like 2000. Now there are major agencies and very serious professionals who work in social media. This was not just some high school kid's accident. There was a Democrat operative who saw this chart, read the chart, maybe reformatted the chart, posted it to the official Democrat Twitter account, wrote the caption, and clicked publish, without realizing that it shows the exact opposite of the point he wanted to make.
The road to ruin is shorter than you think.
That's the first part. Second part, imagine you're the Democrats right now. You are so desperate for ways to attack your opponent. Your opponent, Trump, and the Republicans, they're doing so well that the best way you have to attack them is to say that grocery prices have gotten higher, and that's actually your fault. The one thing you've got is grocery prices, which isn't even a great way to attack it. And then, on top of all that, you find out it's all your fault. Really? Really bad. Okay. Speaking of Democrat polities, before we go, Cincinnati Jazz Festival took place over the weekend, and it went viral, not for all those great blue notes, but because a gang of black teens were caught on camera brutally attacking older white people, a man and a woman. So there's a video of it.
Justice.
Knocking this guy down the middle of the street, dead. Women too, not just the men, it's women with their heels kicking this guy, screaming, crazy, just stomping his head. And then you got people standing on, not trying to help, not even trying to hurt him, just filming. And this is just dropping on top of them.
No one is promised.
All right, you get the point on the video. It just keeps going on and on and on. Then there's a picture posted of a woman who blurred her face. The woman is knocked out cold. Reportedly, nice-looking woman. Totally knocked out. And lest you think this is just something spreading on social media, but it isn't real or whatever. Cincinnati.com, Cincinnati Enquirer, is reporting on this. Videos and fighting down in Cincinnati spark discourse over city safety. What do you know? So it's real. This is really happening, but they're trying, the media are trying not to cover it. You're not going to see much more coverage than that in the establishment press. And they're trying to obfuscate what's going on here. Oh, you know, there was a fight. The woman's bleeding from her mouth. This guy is getting pummeled by a whole gang of people. Oh, well, it's sparking discourse. No, it should be sparking prosecutions for lengthy prison sentences for more. I'm not going to do the thing. You know the thing that you're supposed to do when there's a video like this with a racial angle where it's, you know, a gang of black people attack white people or something. There's the thing you're supposed to say, which is, imagine if the roles were reversed here. Imagine. Not even when it's always racial. It's like a Democrat or Republican. Imagine if the roles were reversed. I'm not going to do that thing. Don't worry. Because everyone knows. Everyone knows the reactions will be different. No one cares. That kind of statement doesn't shed any new light on any stories which we've seen for decades. What is to be done about this sort of thing? What the left would say is we need to have conversations. We need to have a conversation about race. You know, we need to really have a conversation. First, guys open their mouths, sounds come out, sounds, symbols, to communicate something.
Yo, that was fucking dirty, bro.
That's not going to do anything. We've had a lot
Holy
of
fuck.
The only thing you can do that would be right for the victims, most especially, but even the right thing for the perpetrators would be
No, yo, that was disgusting.
Against violent crime. This is really pathetic that Cincinnati puts up with this, but it's true in a lot of our cities. Whenever something like this happens, it's often swept under the rug if the racial angle goes in the right direction, or it's blown up to be an international incident if the racial angle of it fits the liberal narrative. But the only thing to do that would be just for everyone is to ruthlessly enforce the law. I think even of like Plato's Gorgias, an ancient philosophical text, in which Socrates makes the point that to be, obviously, we're thinking about this for the victims, these poor victims who can't walk the street without being bludgeoned by gangs. But even the perpetrators, you do wrong by the perpetrators when you don't lock them up, and you encourage this kind of behavior, and they behave like wild animals. And Socrates is calling this many moons ago, or Plato is calling this in the voice of Socrates, where he says you actually harm perpetrators when you don't discipline them for their bad behavior. Because it's worse to do wrong than to have wrong done to you. To have wrong done to you is just a part of human life and so forth. To do wrong actually damages your soul.
Let's go, Bio.
So for everyone, the only thing you can do, at a practical political level, if you run on, we're going to have a conversation. If you run on that, if you run on a liberal line, I don't think that's going to be good these days. And if you run on, I don't know, some kind of really hard line, kind of racial campaign or something, where you say, you know, like, we're going to punish this race, this group, that's not going to work either. That's going to repel people. But if you just run and say, we're going to enforce the law ruthlessly, and we're going to let the chips fall where they may, and that's going to be good for everyone involved, and we're going to make sure that there's justice, especially at this moment in time. I think that wins. I think that wins even in blue cities like Cincinnati. There was the media were always huffing and huffing about this notion that we had an over-incarceration problem, but of course we don't. If videos like that are going on, we have a major under-incarceration problem. We need to lock more people up for much longer, and we need the punishments to be much harsher. And we need the prosecutions and the punishment. We need harder punishments. We need probably a return to labor in prisons, turning big rocks into small rocks. We need the punishments to increase until morale improves. Our issue today publicly is not that we're treating criminals too harshly. That I promise you. Okay. The rest of the show continues now. You do not want to miss it. Become a member. Use code Knowles, KNWLES, at checkout for 2 months free on all annual plans. I'm very excited about a new project cooler. First, though, another terrible story. Really, at least, thank goodness we have the Trump story in the news today, because really tough stuff in the news. There was a big shooting in New York yesterday. This was in Midtown East, very mainstream part of New York, where a lot of tourists go, where a lot of people work. There was a shooter, killed at least 5 people in a Midtown office building. He was identified as a 27-year-old Las Vegas man. He killed himself. I guess that was the relatively happy outcome at the end. But in the meantime, he killed a number of people, including at least one New York Police Department officer who was trying to stop him. Terribly, terribly sad story. When these stories happen, no matter if they're in New York or LA or anywhere, Palookaville, they're very, very sad. But they're not all that surprising. Democrats treat them as though they're surprising, and as though there were some policy solution on guns, say, that could stop this stuff. And that's not really true. There are certain policies that could reduce the likelihood of these terribly violent incidents, like being tougher on crime, like securing our border. It, in this case, might not have done anything, but it would stop a lot of violent crime. Because of embedded people, many of them criminals commit those. There are common sense policies that you could do to maybe reduce the likelihood of these incidents, but you're not going to stop them entirely. And in fact, when it comes to the gun control laws, there's really no gun control law proposed in my lifetime that would have stopped. There's nothing really to do other than pray for the dead.
That was fucking
and pray for the living as well, and try to work around the edges to limit the possibility of these crimes. But there's no silver bullet solution to this kind of problem, and it's very unsatisfying to liberals. And the liberals will get angry when you say that, and they'll mock you even for praying. They don't have any better solutions. So they'll mock you and say that's ineffective to pray. How dare you suggest such an impotent solution? But they don't have any better answer. So really the only 2 reactions are you've got people generally on the right who pray and who grieve with people, and then you got people on the left who just express wrath.